Good afternoon. It is 1 o'clock on the dot, and you are here with Sister2Sister Talks. My name's Dionne.
And I'm Chantel.
Brilliant. And we're with Ramadan Radio Wolverhampton. You're tuned into 87.8 FM. So just before we start, if anybody wants to, telephone into the studio or WhatsApp into the studio, the telephone number is 01902 972 150, and the WhatsApp text is 07 440 420 432. So we'd just like to say thank you so much to Ramadan to Ramadan Radio Wars for having us back again. We were here last year, weren't we?
Yep.
And it was fantastic. We would have told you then that it was just like so out of our comfort zone.
Completely.
Yeah, like I would never have thought that would be on a radio station. But hey, we did it, and we're back
again. Going live as well, so we've upped the ante for ourselves a little bit as well. So any technicality problems, just work with us.
Yeah.
IT is not our forte, but we're giving it a go.
We haven't been live on our Instagram before, have we, Shan?
Don't think so.
I don't think we have we? Yeah, so yeah, we're definitely up in the ante.
And it's all about stepping out of our comfort zone, isn't it? And it's the same things that we encourage to the girls on our programme as well. So
all the time.
We follow it. We're leading by example. Anyway, so in terms of who we are and what we do, we've got listeners online and also on our Instagram. So should we just give them a flavour of what we're up to, who we are?
Yeah. Let's tell you a little bit about ourselves. I mean, for the listeners on the radio, we will have told you about ourselves before, but I'm sure we're going to have loads of new listeners. So it's worthwhile us, getting to know us a little bit, because you're going to be with us for the next 5 weeks, aren't you? So you may as well get to know a little bit about us. So Shan, do you want to kick off?
Yeah, that's fine. So as Dionne said, my name's Chantel, co-founder and director of Sister2Sister. One of the questions that we always get asked is, are we sisters? And we're not sisters, we're just good friends. And actually we were involved in a business beforehand, and we realised then that our work ethic and just our kind of values aligned. So it was only natural, I suppose, at some point that was going to end up working together anyway. So in terms of why I decided to set up Sister2Sister with Dionne, I grew up in Blakenhall in Wolverhampton, and as a teenager, there's always lots of things going on, friendship fallouts, the pressures of school, family circumstances, revision, when you're doing your GCSEs, there's lots of pressure, especially on teenage girls going through adolescence as well. So there's that part of me that I'm very keen to support young people with. And also as well, just found that sometimes while you might be quite academic at school, the pastoral side can sometimes be left out. So you can be like a high achiever, but your self-esteem and your confidence might not necessarily be there. And I think as well, that's another thing that I wanted to make sure I could get involved in. My background's in teaching, so I graduated as a school teacher. Whilst I was in that profession, again, it was very much about outcomes, assessment, all that kind of thing. And I realised there was a big gap for the pastoral, the holistic side of things for young girls and boys, but my heart's with the girls at the moment. My heart's with the girls. So for me, having a business that fulfilled my passion for young people and education and giving them that pastoral one-to-one support was just in alignment with who I am as a person and the things that I represent, and giving back to the community. I think in light of the pandemic and COVID, we were able to reflect and look at our lives and things that we wanted to give back, and it just made sense to set up this business. So that's a little bit about my background and why I set up Sister2Sister.
Oh, tell them a little bit about your personal, what about your daughter?
Yeah, okay.
You've got a daughter.
Okay, so I have got a daughter, she's 21. And again, I had her when I was quite young. She's at university now as well. She's at university now as well. And I think just being able to put my, just the lessons that I've learned growing up, having her when I was quite young, and sharing hints and tips with her that have made her who she is today. I'm really proud of, the fact that she's almost graduating in a few months' time as well. So it's nice that people see the hard work, because I was criticised a lot when I was younger for having her so young. And I think that my own achievements, not necessarily academic, but just as a person, developing myself.
Yeah.
And I've been able to share that with my daughter. So Yes, that's a little bit about who I am and what
It's
I'm
those
about.
little things, isn't it, that like the experiences and the things that aren't taught in school,
That's
isn't it,
it.
that like really play to growing you as an individual.
Definitely.
Definitely. For me, similar to Chantel, really. I grew up on a council estate. I grew up in Park Village, so single parent household, and obviously, I think my big why and my inspiration for Sister to Sister is because knowing where I come from and who I am and the barriers that potential barriers that were there for me around, you know, peer pressures and, you know, financial pressures, familial pressures, you know, just general environment as well. You know, being black and a female as well. I think those potential barriers that are there, you know, can really restrict people from developing and becoming the best version of themselves. And that some of that was true for me. Education, I mentioned education, but I know that is a barrier for some, but for me it wasn't really a big barrier because, like Chantel, I was quite academic when I was at school as well. Always into my books and always reading, and anyone that comes from the Park Village will know that there's Dionne around with the book in her face. So yeah, always like reading and whatever. So quite academic, but I think it's just those other things for me that really helped me in the fact that I was quite fortunate to know what I wanted to be when I was younger. Like I always knew that I wanted to be a lawyer, and that's where I was going to be headed. And I was fortunate to have people around me that I could talk to. Now, I know that that's not always true for a lot of girls out there, hence the reason why I'm so passionate about the work that we do with Sister to Sister, because it's the fact of the matter that I had those, you know, people that I could speak to, and I had that sense of direction that really has got me to where I am. I won't, you know, I won't sit here and go on like to say I was some like brilliant teenager, because anyone that knows me knows that I wasn't. And I've had my fair share of exposures to certain things that I shouldn't have exposure to, but like Chantel says, that's what makes me who I am.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes us relatable to the girls that we work with, because actually we can sit down there and we can say, yeah, we get where you're coming from with that. Yeah, we tried it. Yeah, we did it. Whatever. And you know, and it makes you relatable, and that's really, really important. And I know that there's a lot of girls out there that really value from our experiences. And the way that I've done it is with personal development. It is all about getting your mind right. You know, I enjoy reading the books, audios, videos, you know, talking to people who are role models to me as well. And that kind of thing is what's enabled me to get like the resources that we have had with personal development, which has played like a real fundamental part in how we've grown, really. And I just want to be able to use those tools and techniques to be able to give back to girls who come from a similar background to what I do. Because for me, I think there's nothing really more important than the fact that if you see someone that looks like you, that's been through similar things to you, and you can see that they're achieving things, that actually you can say, well, if they can do it, then I can do it too. I mean, I've been to schools and I've spoken to girls that they say, oh, you know, I don't think that I could be a lawyer, or my family don't think that I could be, and I don't think it either. Well, I look at them and I say, well, look at me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've done it. It's open to, it can be done. You know, when girls say, you know, I can't start my own business, don't know how I do it, haven't got any money, you know, like, look at me. If I can do it, you can do it. And I think that's what it's all about. It's all about that. And that's why Sister to Sister here, that's where all our empowerment programs step in.
And just to add to that, really, I think obviously I grew up in Blakenhall, Dionne mentioned Park Village. They're not necessarily associated with the most, you know, affluent areas in Wolverhampton, and that's why it's integral that the work that we do is in those inner cities where girls have got, you know, some of the similar experiences that we have. I mean, I'm just thinking about a particular young girl that we were working with recently who couldn't see herself going to university. It was quite, you know, alien to her, wasn't it? She just couldn't envisage that someone like her could go to university. And by sharing with her that we've both been to university and both from the same area as that she was, it kind of opened up her eyes a little bit.
Like a light bulb went off, didn't it? Yeah.
And it's those key moments that keep us, you know, motivated, keep going, and just knowing that a simple conversation with a young person can just give them that different perspective, really, isn't it?
And as I mentioned earlier, schools don't have that, like those kind of soft skills within the curriculum. And parents, like we all know, like my mom, like she works hard and she still does, and that's where I get my strong work ethic from. And we know that like parents out there, they're working hard, they haven't necessarily got the time to have these conversations with their daughters, but also as well, sometimes they might even be too emotionally close to the situation, so they can't like reach in. And that's where Big Sister program steps in, because we do that one-to-one mentoring as well with like the young girls. So like we're trying to cover all barriers up, and it's all places.
And like I said, it's not to replace or take away from that family unit, and it's not as a substitute to that parental intervention. It's complementary, isn't it? We understand that, like Dionne said, parents might be too emotionally invested, or sometimes they're just not digging down and drilling down into what's going on. And sometimes a young person just doesn't even want to speak to their family. It's like, I want to speak to someone who doesn't know me, who's impartial, non-judgmental. So again, that's another factor of the type of work that we get involved in, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
So, should we tell them a little bit about like the programs that we do? So we did mention like the Big Sister program, which is like one-to-one mentoring. So with the Big Sister program, that's when we'll spend. We will meet up with the girl normally via Zoom really. So we'll meet up with the young person twice a month, and we'll just have like the conversations with them in order to come up with like a really bespoke kind of package for them and action plans. And it's so fantastic because you're seeing the development, like on a one-to-one, you're seeing the development of a girl over like that year-long period, because it's normally 3 year, and you're just seeing them develop, but you're spending that one-on-one time really getting to know the girl that you're working with, and and watching them develop.
And we have referrals from mainly parents or social workers. They'll get in contact with us via email or phone really, and just to let us know that they're aware of a young person, a girl obviously by virtue of Sister2Sister, who just needs either some extra support, and it's not always necessarily self-esteem or low confidence that they might be struggling with. It could be that they need help with university next steps. It could be that they need support with employability and career aspects as well. So our one-to-one program is very specific to the young person, and it's an opportunity for us to kind of dig deeper into the girls' concerns and looking at what does success look like for them. So as a starting point, we have that conversation, what will this mentoring journey look like for you? What will success look like? And really working together each fortnightly to ensure that they have purposeful, meaningful sessions, isn't it?
And when a lot of the girls that they lack confidence, and it's having the conversation. So what does that confident person look like? What does that confident person feel? And like trying to put in place little bits of tasks or actions or what have you to help them to do that, and directing them to certain materials and stuff like that. So all good.
So if there's anyone who knows of a young person between the age of 13 and 21 who would benefit from some one-to-one support via Sister2Sister, we've got a team of, supportive team of staff who work with us to deliver these one-to-one mentoring sessions. So please get in contact with us. Our details are all on the website, sister2sister.org.uk. Sure, you'll find us.
Sure.
So that's a little bit about our Big Sister program anyway. And as the weeks go on, we'll tell you a little bit more about that program. So what other programs have we got then, Dionne?
We have our education empowerment program. Education empowerment program is absolutely thriving right now. And that one is whereby we go into schools, we're going into colleges, and we are spending 8 weeks with like a cohort of young girls, and we deliver a program that's all around, who are they, what are their values and where did that come from? And, you might have certain values and they're embedded from a young age, but actually those can change. And how do you maintain those values? What do you do when those values are a conflict, or, So we do things like that. We talk about like goal setting and how do they actually set smart goals? How can those goals help them within their education and that kind of thing? We also talk about vision boards. I think when we were on the station last year, we did talk about vision and how you can manifest your vision and that kind of thing. So we do that with the girls as well. So they design vision boards and they look about manifesting their dreams and that kind of thing. We have like dedicated workshop facilitators that go into the schools, and we try to keep them the same because it's so important to build a relationship with the girls. So in doing that, that's how our education empowerment program has been so popular in schools. But again, we'll tell you more about that again over the weeks as well.
Right, we're going to go to a break.
Oh, wow. That was quick.
It was.
Thank you. See you on the other side.
The death of a loved one is a very emotional and challenging time for the family members of the deceased. Al Mu'min Funeral Services have been supporting families across the UK since 2005. Their professional, experienced and quality service ensures the whole process from release from hospital to burial is taken care of respectfully and efficiently. They also specialise in worldwide repatriations, assisting to take loved ones to Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Iraq or anywhere worldwide. almu'minfunerals.co.uk, your trusted funeral service.
Do you have a family member that's passed away and you would like someone to assist you in legal advice? Kenneth Jones Solicitors has been providing legal services for businesses and individuals since 1986. We specialise in probate, Islamic wills and family law. We also offer services in conveyancing, immigration and personal injury. Contact us today on 01902 745 773 or visit us on our website at kenneth-jones.co.uk.
Betsy's Burgers taste flippin' awesome. Betsy's world-famous burgers are coming soon to Wolverhampton and Wednesfield. Prepare for sizzling hot smash burgers, bubbling mac and cheese, and sensational sides. Betsy's is home to undefeated, crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside fries. Dunk your Betsy's burger in a lava-hot melted cheese and get a load of our loaded fries and mouth-watering cheese-filled onion rings. The king is dead. Long live the queen. Betsy's Burgers, coming flippin' soon. Eurofit Auto Centres, the West Midlands leading independent auto centre, celebrating 18 years of service. All services, MOT and repairs, with a free collection and drop-off service within Wolverhampton. Book online today at eurofitautocentres.co.uk or call us on 01902 40 40 45 and we'll direct you to your nearest branch. The experts making vehicle repairs simple.
Are you in receipt of benefits and looking for cavity wall or underfloor insulation? Did you know, with Northern Gas Heating, you could get a free boiler with the insulation measure of your choice? Call 0800 083 1000 or go to northerngasheating.com to see if you're eligible. It's a quick and easy assessment. Northern Gas Heating, celebrating over 20 years in the industry. We're proud to be the UK's local central heating company.
Feeling peckish? Treat your taste buds with a range of delicious snacks and flavours of the Far East from Indus. Why not try our range of roasted nuts, dried fruit, Bombay mix and flavoured snacks? Indus by AIB Foods. Available in your local supermarkets and varied retailers. Indus, the world's finest foods. Khan Builders offer a full range of building services, from major rebuilds to small projects, home improvements, kitchen fitting, plastering, bathroom fitting, extensions and much more. We pride ourselves on providing a professional, caring and high quality service and always meet our customers' needs. Contact Khan Builders today on 07813 950 265 for a free quotation from Khan Builders. Pack Continental, your local best halal supermarket in Wolverhampton. Established for over 20 years, we pride ourselves on our fresh vegetables and fresh fruit. We have a variety of spices and lentils. We're also an award-winning Halal Butcher of the Year for 2 consecutive years. We supply excellent quality meat and poultry delivered fresh daily to our store. Visit us today at 1 to 3 Hunter Street, Wolverhampton, WV6 0QZ, or call 01902 717 792. Open 9am till 8pm Monday to Saturday and 10am till 6pm on Sundays. Do you need planning permission and don't know where to start? Whether you're planning on extending your family home or building a new one, Footprint Design Architects are here for you. With a broad range of experience in residential, commercial and industrial architecture, we pride ourselves in offering a unique, tailored service for all our clients. For more information, visit our website www.footprintdesign.net or contact us at info@footprintdesign.net.
Ramadan's blessed days are the perfect opportunity to reach out to suffering families in the Ummah with our charity. You can do so by donating to one of Ummah Welfare Trust's many projects which are helping our brothers and sisters in Africa, Asia and the Middle East. In these difficult days, charity is one of the best ways to earn Allah's pleasure and protection. To give yours, call 0800 4 0800 11 or visit uwt.org.
This is Ramadan Radio, your local voice, your local Muslim radio. Go to RamadanRadioWolves.com and donate to your local mosque.
We're back on.
We're back on air now, so thank you for meeting us on the other side. We are Sister2Sister, and our show today is called Sister2Sister Talks. And just as a reminder, I'm Dionne.
And I'm Chantel.
Brilliant. And you're listening to Ramadan Radio Wolverhampton, 87.8 FM. We're also going live on our Sister2Sister Insta page as well, so our Instagram followers and also our radio listeners, if you've got any questions that you want to text in or anything that you want to ask us about, talk about, the studio telephone number is 01902 972 150. And if you want to WhatsApp in, because you don't want to actually come live on the radio, no problem, it's 07440 420 432, and that's the WhatsApp.
Cool. So, before the break, we were just telling you about why we set up Sister2Sister, our passion, our purpose. We did think we was live on Instagram, but it didn't quite work out. So just for those who weren't, who weren't listening earlier, essentially we're from Wolverhampton, part village in Blaytonall, and we, through our own lived experiences and our personal journeys as moms as well, and wanting to give back to our community, we decided during the start of the pandemic that we wanted to set up a business that gave back to the community, that allowed us to use our experience in personal development to work with girls like us from communities that were similar to ours, to give them that extra support that they might not necessarily get at school or from their homes, so they're kind of well-rounded and they've just got that go-to person, isn't it, really? Yeah?
Absolutely.
So that's just a little bit of a recap, essentially. So I've just alluded to the fact that it's come up to 2 years since we set up Sister2Sister. I know.
That's gone so fast.
Really, really quickly. So we were on the radio last year, weren't we? And you'll see from our social media platforms, if you follow us on any of those, that we've been doing, I don't even know, 1,001 things, sometimes all at the same time.
Yeah, we was even saying today, like, it's crazy how, how much you stretch yourself and, how much that you actually do to follow your passion. But if you're wise strong enough, you do it, don't you?
Definitely.
So, yeah.
And I think it's important because sometimes we're so focused on how, what impact we can have on the girls, what else can we do, what more can we do, what more, how else can we make sure that they're benefiting, that we sometimes forget that actually let's just chill and reflect on what we've done over the last 2 years, some of our highlights, and before we kind of rushing on to the next thing,
Just be proud.
Proud of,
things.
yeah, absolutely.
Just be proud. So what we thought we would do, given that it's our first program here since we were here last year, is just basically run through just some of those key highlights, really, and to kind of celebrate some of the successes. Thank you very much there, Christina. Thank you. Yeah, anniversary's coming up.
It is
June.
Yeah. So you were like June. Yeah, it's June. Yeah.
So let's we have expanded our team, because as I said on the first half of the show was that our programs are really kicking off. Our education program is thriving, and on the back of that, and our Big Sister program also like really building up traction, that we've had to expand our team.
Yeah. So
that's something that like I prayed for, was to be able to find some good team members that have the same values as we do, so that we feel comfortable to leave our girls within their hands, and that's happening. So I'm really, really proud, really grateful for that, like always thanking God for that as well. So yeah, but we're also still looking for staff, aren't we?
Yeah, and it's about having that passion and that enthusiasm, using your lived experiences to really support the girls that we work with. You don't, and I think that's why we've got the team that we've got, because it's important that your vision and your kind of, not sole purpose, but you're in alignment with giving back, and you can use some of what you've experienced or gone through to support the next generation. I think that needs to kind of override maybe any of the other things as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So if there is anyone listening who's interested in becoming a workshop facilitator or one of our mentors, please just drop us a message on Instagram or contact us via our website, which is just sister2sister.org.uk. Always on the lookout for, to build up our database of staff as well. So please get in contact with us. Other highlights?
Yeah, summer, we started our GLOW program. It was an online program during summer, and GLOW means Girls Learning to Own Their Worth.
Yeah.
We launched it last year, and it was a real success, wasn't it?
It was, loved it.
Yeah, absolutely loved it. So it was just like, we had like a few different cohorts because of the age split, and we've got some guest speakers on for the girls, and delivered like empowerment range of programs online.
Definitely. And I think with that, the acronym was quite catchy, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like,
definitely. We're running with that.
Yeah, definitely. So girls learn to own their worth, and just that essentially was the program. Different hints, tips, strategies, workshops on how they can love themselves, care for themselves, take that time out. It was during the summer holidays, so it was important that they understood that the different techniques and strategies that they could, use to really have a clear mind, keep themselves, active, and build their confidence and resilience as well. So thanks to all the guest speakers that came on. And if you've got a specialism in anything in terms of what we deliver, so personal development, values, anything like that, just, again, get in contact with us. We'd love to reach out and have a conversation about how you might be able to support us in our upcoming projects that we've got going on as well.
The girls always want to hear from other people as well. They don't just want to see ourselves faces. So it's always good to be able to share, and we like to collaborate as well. And we've been building upon our collaborations over the past year as well. Working with lots of other organisations, and in doing that, we're looking at another programme this summer, and that's because we're working with One Warsaw and also Black Country Active as well, to do some kind of encourage physical activity for young people who aren't really getting much, are not really active. They're not even doing 30 minutes of activity a day. So we want to try and reach out to those girls, and it's going to be in the Bushbury and Low Hill area of Wolverhampton, and we're going to be delivering some sports mixed with some empowerment, and we're calling that particular program Girls and Goals. And we ran with that because it's girls that are going to be on the program, but goals, because goals are normally associated with sport, but goals because that's what we're about reaching your goals and aiming to be the best version of yourself you can be. So that's what it's all about, goals. So Girls and Goals, that's that program in the summer. And
again, if anyone knows of any young people who might be interested in the Girls and Goals program, we'll be putting out more information in due course. But if you want anything in the meantime, again, just reach out to us and we'll send you some initial information about our Girls and Goals summer program as well. Other highlights, we were nominated again for the Great British Entrepreneur Awards and had the pleasure of going to London.
Dressing up, if you see that on our pages, in our pink dresses.
Our pink dresses, representing the brand, of course. And again, that was great because the second year in a row, wasn't it, that we were shortlisted. So do you want to just tell them a little bit about what was involved in that then, dear?
Yeah, so with that one, it was the entrepreneurial spirit category.
Yeah.
So basically, we were nominated for what we've done so far in our entrepreneurial spirit as a new business. And you know, it was good to go there and just network. Whilst we actually didn't win the award, it was good to be recognised and to show that our brand is getting the awareness that we kind of need. And it was good because we also managed to get some contacts as well.
Definitely.
Which we've been maintaining. So, yeah.
It just adds that credibility. And it shows that, you know, just outside of, you know, what we do here in Wolverhampton and in Birmingham as well, that people are actually recognising and seeing the impact that we're having as well, aren't they? So that was really good. So yeah, that was another great highlight. Also as well, we won some lottery funding from the National Lottery. Again, that's fantastic because, you know, the National Lottery being able to fund a project like ours, it also kind of solidifies that the work we're doing is needed. And it means that we can reach a wider range of girls as well. And whilst a lot of our work is done in schools and on our Big Sister programme that we mentioned, there are girls that don't go to school who are not in education or training. So the funding that we got from the National Lottery will help us to reach those girls who, you know, are hard to reach girls. So that was amazing, really. You know, the graft we put into the application was paid off.
And as well, Hood Greetings as well.
Yeah, shout out Hood Greetings.
Yeah, shout out Hood Greetings. That was a surprise, wasn't it?
It was.
Really. And that was one whereby we received loads of votes from all of you guys out there in the community. So we thank you for that. And also our Insta followers as well, we thank you for that because if you remember, we were saying that we've been nominated for this to receive a pot of money, and we needed the votes to be able to secure that. And fortunately for us, we were able to secure the maximum amount that we could do. So thank Hood Greetings so much for giving us that opportunity. But what that's also done is inspired us to give back to our community like that as well. So when we're celebrating our second year anniversary, what we'll also be doing is saying that we've got a pot of money that we would like to give to a new startup organisation as well. So doing a similar thing for what Hood Greetings did for us. So that's our way of giving back. So what we've been doing is we've been taking a percentage out of the funds that we've been receiving, so that we can give back to our community as well. So that's brilliant.
And just on the back of that, you know, if you're looking for greeting cards, we'll give Hood Greetings their plug.
Absolutely.
Go to Hood Greetings, fantastic range of cards, and that was the organisation that donated the money to us a few months ago. So definitely want to you know, say thank you. And again, look out in due course because we will be looking for nominations of who, you know, organisations that you could nominate for us to consider having the pot of money that we've been putting aside as well. So that's something that we'll be doing as well.
What else we been up to? What else we've been doing?
I think as well, just in terms of, you know, our main focus was in schools. We've actually expanded now into the community. I think that's one of our, and again, the weather's warming up and the 6 weeks holidays are coming up, so young people have got more time on their hands, and parents and schools are keen to have their girls doing something productive, and that's
during the holidays.
Absolutely.
Well. And we know the community side of our programs, as Chantel said, we really want to try and get some focus on, because we know that there isn't really much out there for the young people in the communities, and there's nothing like this really that they can probably kind of do during those particularly long summer holidays. And from our own experience, we know that when it comes to summer holidays, that's when things can go a little bit loose for you in terms of structure for the young people, and that's when they're probably more vulnerable to veering off in the wrong direction. And so that's why we really want to try and focus on doing something with the girls in the summer, so that we can kind of keep their focus really, and make put them in a good place when they're ready to go back to school as well.
And just touching on what you said, really, I think summer is when you know, it's hard. You might be getting drawn into things that you might not ordinarily be getting into if you had, you know, the time where you're doing something probably more focused. So school gives girls and boys, obviously, that focus between like 9 and 3. And we just want to make sure that we can implement something so they are having those tools to make right decisions once they've left us, that when they're faced with some kind of situation, they might just think, actually, you know what Chantel and Dionne said. Do you know what I mean? Just so they can maybe think twice about a particular situation that they might get into. So you can see that we're constantly always thinking about what else. But it's good because the girls really, you know, gravitate towards us in the programs, and the amount of schools that we're in now currently, all those girls want us to put on something over the summer. So the pressure's on. So again, if anyone wants to collab with us over the summer, do get in contact with us, again via Instagram, or just check out our website page and you can find our details there.
For you, Shan, what would you think would be like one of your like kind of like highlights from, you know, your time, even last year with Sister2Sister? What would be one of like your highlights?
Okay, this is gonna sound a little bit cheesy, however I'm gonna run with it. So my highlight, it was 2 things really. I'd say essentially having a business that is complete alignment with who I am as a person, what I stand for, what I represent, on my own terms. Obviously everyone thinks fast here, but you know, so you know, but it's a business that it can't be any more me, if that makes sense. Do you get what I mean? And also as well, working with Dee, I mean, match made in heaven. We get on really well. We've got a strong work ethic, and I think that's important because our business wouldn't be where it is now because the drive, the determination, all that we put in, I think that has been the foundation of the success thus far. So
what she said.
So yeah, I think it's important that we you know, having that balance, because whilst we're we're very focused on the girls and our work, but you know, we're friends outside of that as well, and it's important that we have that time to just go out, chill and switch off from the work. But essentially my highlight is having a business that is in true line with who I am, and I think those people who know us know that this is what we're supposed to be doing. Definitely. How about you?
For me, I think it's when you see the difference in the girls that we work with. You know, like from like week 1 to like week 8. Like we've had girls that have come on to our program and they're thinking, what is this?
Is it a cult?
Yeah, is it a cult?
Is it a cult? What's all this? What's all this?
Like, what is this? And they're really thinking like they haven't got a clue what it's going to be about. And sometimes we meet with a little bit of resilience. But then by the end of the 8 weeks, we get comments back whereby, you know, girls say they feel like a woman. You know, girls say like, they from being on the program, they now know their worth.
Yep.
You know, things like that, don't they?
Yeah, and I mean, even just adding to that, some of the feedback that we get, because obviously we evaluate our programs and things. But you know, they'll say things like, "I'm now able to express myself. I now feel more confident. I now value the colour of my skin."
Yeah.
Remember, we've had that. You know, we've had girls who were so shy about. Not even shy, it's not the right word. They just didn't embrace who they were culturally, their heritage, their background. We've had girls who didn't...
Even sexually.
Yeah, girls who've come out and, you know, explain to their parents, you know, who they are. And also, so we share with girls, like, strategies on how to deal with self-care. And we've got girls who, when we meet them, they don't really take care of themselves or carve out that time. But by the time we work with them and explain the importance and the different ways that they can, they'll come back and like, oh, you know, I'm now having like a self-care Sunday, or I'm, you know, chilling out or taking up a sport or a hobby or something like that.
And
so I think that's important.
To even like, you know, like stand up and like talking like in large crowds, but also have the confidence to have conversations with their parents constructively, where before they were just so angry that they just couldn't communicate. But after the 8 weeks, they've been able to actually like really have productive conversations whereby they're able to express their thoughts and feelings, which has then increased the relationships that they're having at home as well. So I think that's really important, and that's one of the highlights for me, really.
Definitely. And I think, you know, whether it's our Big Sister program, which is again our one-to-one mentoring, or our education program, I think the feedback that we get has seen that almost like a ripple effect, hasn't it? You know, we're getting more demand, more parents involved, more schools want our services, and I think it just shows that our passion and our experience you know, shines through. And I think on the back of that as well, it's important to recognise that we also then you know, we're not reluctant in taking further, you know, CPD in our own professional development. We're not staying stagnant. It's something that is part of us and how we expect to, you know, to develop and support the girls. I mean, just by virtue of being on here, you know, trying to learn IT skills and being on the radio and navigating Instagram, this is not our skill set, as you probably can clearly see. However, it's about stepping out of our comfort zone, isn't it? Trying things.
Trying new things.
Oh,
and
God.
like, I just think like being on like the Ramadan radio show as well, it just shows really that we're trying to build our awareness and to try and reach out to like all ethnicities or religions and all different
backgrounds,
different backgrounds, so that we're actually, you know, like
we're here.
we want to support you, and you know, we want to try and get as well as many people like on our team or volunteers as well that are representative of the wide range of girls that we're dealing with.
Definitely.
Because I think that we do need our teams to be as representative as possible, and just giving back to the community by being on the radio station, like we're really grateful for that, because it's another opportunity for us to raise the profile of Sister2Sister and
just increase our visibility, and also, you know, whilst we specialise in ethnic minority girls, we know that all girls have got a need for the types of programmes that we deliver. So by
over the next 4 weeks, whilst we're on the radio, the kind of shows that we're looking to do, we're going to have some guest speakers on. We're also looking to you know, talk about a little bit more about the work that we're doing in the community, because we want to try and increase our collaborations and our profiles within like other community hubs, you know, libraries, places of worship and that kind of thing as well. So we'll be doing like certain sessions around that, and then maybe we might even like pick up some do some like focus on a personal development element as well for you as well, that we can go into a bit more about. Yeah,
and you know, we'll also just depending on the girls that we work with, obviously it's in you know, school time or college time, but maybe trying to get one of them on just to share with you their experience of working with us. Also hoping to get a teacher on as well, or member of senior management team, again just to share with you firsthand their experience of us working with them in their school or college or in the community, just to give you a flavour of the types of things that we do, and to let you get involved. There's lots of opportunities in there, you know, collaboration, workshop facilitators that's based in, you know, in the Midlands area, but also our mentors that's online. So wherever you're based, that's something that we can, you know, accommodate from wherever really. So do reach out and do you know, get in contact with us.
Shan, do you want to just go through what our you know, like our social media handles and that, because I know she'll know them off by heart.
Oh, put me under pressure. Okay, right, I don't know them off by heart anymore. However, so our Instagram and Facebook is sister2sister.org1. Our Twitter is S2S_CIC. What have I missed off? LinkedIn. LinkedIn is just Sister2Sister. Just remember it's with a number 2.
And yeah, our email address, if you want to make any inquiries, inquiry@sister2sister.org.uk. And you can search for us on the internet, Sister2Sister CIC. You'll definitely find us on the internet on a search as well. And on our web page, we have we've got
testimonials
on there. You'll see some of the organisations that we work with and we've worked with, and also a lot about like the different programs that we deliver as well. So it's a really good page to go and have a look at if you want to just get like a feel for like some of the work that we're doing really. So that's a good starter for 10. And then obviously Chantel and I always happy to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So it's not unusual for us to just like set up a Zoom and just get to know the people that that
supporting
are
us.
supporting us. So always like just reach out to us as well in our Instagram DMs or whatever, just to make contacts, and we'll set up something and have a conversation with you, because it always leads on to great things.
Exactly, and there's just so much scope for the business, even though we're trying to what's the word? Not so much harming, but we're conscious of all the things that we do and the impact that it has on the girls. But there's always scope to develop and expand. So we're happy to have those conversations and see what we can do and support each other as well, in any way that we can. So I think it's important that everyone's aware of that as well. And sorry, go on.
No.
Yeah. And I was just going to say, we've got a big celebration coming up in June. So that's our 2-year anniversary, so to speak, business anniversary. So we've got some exciting things that we're going to be, doing. Like Dionne alluded to, we've got the donations that we're going to be doing. But also as well, it's about just having that time to reflect on all that we've done. So keep an eye out on our Instagram page. There's going to be some competitions going. You can get your children or nieces involved in that, because it's obviously going to be geared towards girls. Yeah. So competitions, prizes, raffles, all stuff's going on in June. So it's going to be a busy one for us, definitely.
Yeah, and I think when we do our 2-year celebration, we might even do some form of. I've got a question there, Shan.
Oh,
we might even do another open forum as well.
That's
so
good,
that because we haven't done something like that for ages.
No.
We were doing that with parents as well, and like Mother's Day and that kind of thing, and we found that was really useful. So we probably do something like that, just so we can get some feedback as well from the community and about what we're doing. On our Instagram, we've had a question that says, "Hi ladies, what groups do you work with?"
Okay, so what groups do we work with? We work with girls aged 13 to 21. We work with all girls, but our specialism is with the ethnic and minority girls. We're based in Wolverhampton, but for our education programme, we go as far as, across the West Midlands, and for our Big Sister programme, which is the one-to-one mentoring, that's national, because we've got a team of staff that work via Zoom and telephone call. So, yeah.
And with the community empowerment programme as well, that's been largely focused in the West Midlands as well. But we are happy to work with other communities outside of the West Midlands too. And all of the programmes that we deliver, they are like 100% focus led on those girls. And we try to tailor them to what they want to achieve out of the programmes as well. So hopefully that answers that particular question.
And just on the back of that as well, I think it's important to let you guys know the reason why we set up our organisation as a non-for-profit company. I don't think people might be aware of that. So do you want to just explain?
We specifically, intentionally went for a social enterprise, a not-for-profit company, because we wanted to show that we're all about the community and giving back to the community. So any funds that we raise, any fees that we have, that comes back into the business. So it's just recycled back into the business so that we can continue with the good work in terms of helping and supporting the girls that we work with. So any donations that we receive, and we do receive donations, so we thank you for everyone that does donate. They donate through our website as well, so we do thank you for that. Any donations that we do receive, just reassure you that it does get reinvested back into the business for us to help the girls that we work with.
And that donation and funding, it goes for a whole range of things. We've had girls who have gone to university and have never been to the area before, so they need a day out to just kind of explore the area and to see if it's a place that they want to live for the next 3 years. So we'll facilitate that session and go with them to like Staffordshire or Worcester for the day, and just help them get their bearings and just kind of decide whether that's somewhere that they'd like to go. It might go towards toiletries if we identify a girl who might be in need of some self-care supplies. So the funds and the donations helping lots of different ways, not just like, you know, stationary. It's bigger than that. We've had a girl who is just like driving lessons, but prior to that she needed help with applying for her provisional license. So again, you know, we're able to support costs like that as well. So your donations are needed and welcomed. Absolutely.
We've even got someone on our Instagram that is from Detroit.
Oh, wow.
So, wow, that's brilliant.
Thanks for joining.
Joyce from Detroit. Thanks for joining us
Brilliant.
and coming in. Got another question on our Instagram, and it says, do any of the girls you work with struggle with menstrual health?
Oh, okay. We've not had anything specific. They may well have, but it's not been identified. Yes, not been disclosed to us necessarily. Apart from probably, you know, needing that time and self-care and just making sure that they're taking care of themselves, like generally.
But not specifically to say that, yeah, we've had to deal with that head on.
Not at all.
No.
But again, you know, it's something that we will and will continue to raise with the girls, like that, any kind of support in terms of, you know, supplies or help navigating those years as well. We're there for them. But if there's something that you're thinking about specifically, then let us know.
Because if we identify the need, then we'll push it. I mean, when we go into schools, teachers might say to us that you know, there's children, there's girls within the cohort that we're going to be dealing with, whereby they think that we might need to talk about social media and the impact of social media and how they're portraying themselves maybe on certain social platforms. So then we will do sessions around social media, the advantages and the disadvantages, and how that can work for you as well. So we do try to make sure that if we identify a need, that we then push that forward with the girls as well. Yeah,
because we do have our set program, but like Dionne said, you know, anything that is it's the girls' space, it's the girls' time. So anything that comes up, anything that's pertinent to those young people. We had a situation this week, in fact, where we was at a school and we'd planned to do a lesson all about values and how your values can impact or make or break the kind of person you are. So that was kind of the theme that we went into, you know, that we wanted to deliver. But when we got into this particular school, the girls seemed so
just
agitated, anxious. We could tell there was some kind of unrest. So, in true sister-to-sister fashion, we parked what we'd planned to do in view of having the girls being able to express like what was going on. There was just lots of contention in the air, and that's what we're about. We will park the lesson. It's, you know, it's important that the girls get their time to speak about what's going on, and we uncovered quite a lot of information about things that were going on outside of school that we then had a conversation about, didn't we?
Yeah.
So that's another thing that we do as well.
Yeah, because we always make sure that we reinforce the fact that it's their space,
time,
their space, their time, and by doing that as well, it helps us get that kind of closeness towards the girls and build up the relationship towards them as well.
So we're not fixed in. It's not a fixed delivery. We'll meet the needs of the young people as well.
So anyone that's just joined either the Instagram page or just listening in, just to remind you that it's Sister to Sister, and the show that we're on today is Sister to Sister Talks, and we're on Ramadan Radio Wolverhampton, and we'll be here every Thursday between 1 and 2, and the radio show is 87.8 FM. And you can always telephone into the studio 01902 972 150. And we thank you very much for having us. And we're just about to have our countdown to go into another station. So
set your alarm for next week.
Thanks
for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you.